Hello and welcome back to Love It Film. My name is Jamie. I'm here with my co-host Chris, and we are interviewing another Breaking Bad actor. We are interviewing Luis Moncada, and Luis played Marco Salamanca in Breaking Bad. And what an incredible actor! What an incredible role! The axe, you know what I'm talking about, Breaking Bad fans. Anyway, we're gonna get into the interview. I'm excited to talk to you, man. Thanks so much for agreeing to come on.
Oh, brother, thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me here. It's great.
My name is Jamie. I'm the host of Love It Film, and I'm here with my co-host today, Chris, who also runs the whole show as well. We're both going to be interviewing you today. We're both genuine fans as well. I mean, we've both seen Breaking Bad. I think over the whole run now. I'm not just saying like a season or two, over
Yeah,
5 times, something like that.
yeah.
So it's a real treat to get to talk to you.
Thank you, brother. I've seen some of the interviews you had, brother, and you guys do a great job. Let me tell you, so I'm excited.
Really appreciate that. Yeah, no, we were fortunate enough to get RJ on, and then we had Charles there.
Charles Baker, yeah.
Just both two lovely guys,
Yeah.
like genuine. Like,
Yes, absolutely. I'm very good friends with both, but I work with RJ more, doing
yeah,
the cons and stuff like that. 'Cause he does a lot of
yeah,
cons, and I do a lot of cons myself, so I see him all the time. And man, he's a sweet dude. He is
yeah.
so freaking nice. Love
Yeah,
that
no,
guy,
it
brother.
was like just talking to your friend or something like that. It
Or
was
yeah, like RJ is just so inspirational too, and what he does for cerebral palsy and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god! Like I mean, the
yeah.
stuff he's accomplished, it was a real treat to get to talk to him too.
Absolutely, brother. He does so much for the community, brother. He's a very smart man. He's very smart, brother.
He's very
And
articulate. Yeah, 100%. Like
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
No, it was
absolutely, brother.
like sometimes we do the interviews and it can be a bit rigid sometimes if they get comfortable, but he was just comfortable like from the get-go, and he was just
Yeah,
so open to everything. Like, so you seem the same way as
absolutely.
well, but yeah, it's great.
I'm not as articulate as he is, but but I am a talking. I am a
You seem like you could talk to
talking machine,
people, no issue. Anyway,
I am a talking machine, but yeah,
yeah,
he's the smart one. Let's just say, if I needed to,
fair
when
enough.
I'm with him, bro, when doing an interview together at the cons, I'm like, all right, you go sound smart over there.
Yeah.
And now, folks who are watching, we are here with Luis Moncada. You'll know him as Marco Salamanca in Breaking Bad. I mean, I don't have to introduce who you were in that show. I don't have to introduce anything about the show. It is now probably 10 times more popular than it even was when it aired, due to Netflix and the global rise of people watching the show. Everybody has seen your work and has seen your character, but we just want to know, even before, say, getting into the specifics of scenes and stuff like that. How about you yourself, Louise? How did you know that you wanted to be an actor?
I did not, my friend. I actually started acting by accident. I never in my life even thought about acting. It's not possible for a person like me to act. Uh, because is it okay to tell you why? Like the whole story? It's a
Yeah,
kind of
of course.
not long, but the reason why it's because when I was young, I was in prison. I was in prison, gangs, and things like that. And so acting for a person like me is just like, come on, bro. I thought I was gonna die before I hit 21, before I hit 20, when I was 17 and 18. Oh, please. So even having a job, like a regular job, like a 9 to 5, that was a mission of itself. Like I'm like thinking, oh, please, a job. Who's gonna hire me? So acting, brother, acting was even higher than that. It was like I didn't even think about it, you know.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
And yeah, so yeah, man, I was in prison, gangs and stuff like that. So I never thought about it.
I find it though, it is those actors that are the accidental actors which really, really get up there. Like your performance alone in Breaking Bad and then obviously Better Call Saul just proves that sometimes like you're just born with it and it just comes, and like you don't realize obviously you didn't until later in life. So yeah,
Divine
cheers. Like,
intervention, it could even be.
yeah,
Just some
like
things are meant to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And like me to tell you how I started by accident.
Yeah, please,
yeah.
please.
Here we go. So the accident, I got out of prison in 2002. At the end of 2001, 2002, I got out of prison. I'm on a set, and get this, here in the US, you cannot work a security guard job or bodyguard job if you have been in prison because you are a criminal and they need a background check. But I had a friend and I had a hookup, and he gave me a job doing security work. and I'm doing bodyguarding security for a movie set. I'm doing bodyguarding for an actor. And so I'm outside the trailer, brother, and I'm trying to be a tough, security series, arms crossed, and I'm waiting outside the door of the trailer for the actor to come out, and I can take him to the set. Mind you, I had a lot of tattoos at the time. I had my neck cover, I had something here. I had a lot of more tattoos. So I'm waiting here, and I can feel the director is coming from the parking lot from over there, but I don't look at him because I've been working for a month, and this guy has never talked to me. So I'm like, he's never gonna say nothing. So I'm just like trying to be, and I didn't want him to talk to me anyway because I had a lot of tattoos, and I was trying to cover them because I'm thinking if they find out I've been in prison, I'm fired. So I put my I used to wear my shirts like this, bro, all the way up with the hat, long sleeve, and I was just like, But he's coming, and I can feel he's looking at me, but I'm not looking because I don't want to talk to him either. And he stops right here, bro, like right on my area, and I'm like, oh shit. And he without saying anything, brother, he just does this. Remember, my shirt is like this, and he goes like this, bro. And he pulls it down, and I'm like, oh, my life flashed before me, and I'm thinking, I'm getting fired. I'm not supposed to be here, so I'll probably go back to prison too. And he just goes like this, pulls it down, looks at me, and he says, do you want to be in the movie? And I'm like, no, thank you, sir. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. And he walks away. And he goes to Video Village. Video Village is the on set when there is they have the monitors. If people that don't know, that's where all the big kahunas meet where they have the monitors, the chairs, and the directors there, the producers there, the writers are there, the big actors, everybody's there. So this guy, after I say no, he goes over there, he walks, and I can see there's like about 10 people with him, right? So he goes, and all 10 people are talking to him when he got there, and they all do this at the same time. They're talking, and they just do this. And they look at me, bro. And again, my life flashed before me, and I'm thinking, okay, now for sure I'm fired. He's telling them that I said no to him, and you don't say no to the director. And then 5 seconds later, bro, a guy comes out of there. And I'm thinking, yep, that's the guy that's going to fire me right now. And he's walking to me. This guy spoke my language, brother. He kind of knew a little bit about me. He knew that a little bit of gangster. Like, he sees me. We know each other. If a gang member sees another gang member, trust me, we recognize each other.
Right, okay.
So he walks to me, brother, and very politely say, but in my language, he goes, hey, homie. Language meaning street language. He's like, hey, homie, are you sure you don't want to be in the movie? We're going to pay you $500 if you go over there for 30 minutes, and all you have to do is do the same thing you're doing here. You're going to be the bodyguard of the main actress. And I was like, $500? I took everything. I said, let's go do it. So he spoke my language. The same guy, this is when it started. The same guy became my manager for about 2 or 3 years. He got me an agent as well. But what this guy did is, he gave me the tips that I needed, because remember, I'm not an actor. I have no training. So when you're not an actor, yeah, you can act good, but you're not going to know those, when they say, hey, split at 150, 50-50, whatever it is, the little tricks that you do when the director says something and he expects you to know these things. So he said, we need to get you some coaching. You need to read some books, get you more coaching, some classes are more coaching, and everything you can do, right? So I did. He got me my first coach, and then he got me a book, and then that's how it started. And then I got more stuff, throughout that. You want to grow as an actor, so then I of course I took all the coaching that I can get, brother, and that I like. I took it, and I studied more and got better at it. But that's how it started.
Wow, that's a great story.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, literally, it's it's incredible. Like, and for that first job that you got there, how did you find that? How, you're never an actor. You're a bodyguard, you said. How did you manage going onto that set? Literally, probably being intimidated by everything, and
I had already been there for a month on that movie, and I already worked. The connection I had, it was because I worked with him before on the same job. He was a friend.
Yes, yeah,
So I was used to being on sets, but only as a person watching from everything they did, I watched. I used to watch over there because I was curious, right? So I watched the stuff on set. I never interacted with people. I used to watch everything. So yes, I was nervous because I had never been in front of a camera, but I kind of knew I knew how to behave and I knew how to talk to people. I just did not know how to act. But that first, it was like I don't want to say meant to be, but it was just a lot easier on that one because I was not required to deliver any lines aside from maybe a word or two, and I was only to do actions that I'm doing anyway. Like if you see a movie, actions that a bodyguard would do on any movie. So I was just doing the same thing. I was trying to look tough.
Fair enough,
Probably now, if I look at it, I'm probably gonna cringe because I'm probably looking too tough, you know. But I'll just do the same. Just basically follow the actress, stand behind her, you know, same thing. So it was like that for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was a little nervous, and once I did it the first couple of times with them, I was cool. I ended up working on the movie about a month, and it was great. And my boss let me keep my job. He was very nice and very supportive. He said every time I had to do the acting thing, he said, "No, Louis, I'll send another guard to take your place. You go do your thing, man. I'm proud of you. Go do your thing." So he was very supportive, very nice guy, brother, and he was very happy for me, and we're still friends with him.
That's what you call the right place in the right time, you know?
Brother,
I mean,
that is exactly it.
incredible. And then you get into this world where you're auditioning and stuff like that, and you have, you know, your brother too, Daniel Moncada, and you guys you end up in the same show. When Breaking Bad eventually came into your world, were you and your brother auditioning together, or was that like a random thing where you both ended up on the same show, or how did that happen?
We were not auditioning together because he was not an actor. He had never been in front of a camera ever, ever, ever. And what happened is, so Breaking Bad came around 2009. I had already been acting for 7 years, you know. And so Breaking Bad audition comes, and the breakdown says we need two brothers or two cousins that really look alike. You know, cartel and the whole look, right? But we need two brothers or cousins. Cool. I read it, brother, and I'm like, damn. You know, because I can't take him. He's not a union actor. He's not part of SAG-AFTRA, nothing. So I'm like, well, got to do it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, who looks like me? Who looks like me? Oh, that guy looks like me. I hope he's there, right? But so I go to the audition. I'm doing my piece. And I had two scenes. And I do my scenes. And right after I do your scenes, now you can interact a little bit with the casting director because you know that you become friends with these people. You're used to seeing them. I had already worked with them 4 shows. So you become friends. And after I did my scenes, the casting director was like, "Hey, Louis, how is life? How is everything?" And I'm like, "Everything's good, you know." And they asked me, "Any new tattoos?" And I'm like, "Yes, as a matter of fact, I have a new tattoo my brother did on me." And when I say the word brother, they were like, "You have a brother?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they were like, "Is he an actor?" And I was like, "No." And from being happy, they're like, "Oh, sheesh." Okay. And then, you know, they came back with this, right? They thought about it, then I did my piece, and they were like, "You know what? Bring him in tomorrow, and we'll see what we do." And they gave me 2 scenes, the same scenes I did. He said, "Here we go, help him out. Bring him in tomorrow, and we'll see where this goes." So then, you know, I get on the horn, and I get on the phone, and I call him, "Hey, get to the house." Da, 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 da. And I gave him the things. I told him, you know, I try to help him on what to do. He studied, but it was like not studying. It's like a person said, "I kind of know the size." I was like, you cannot kind of know the material. You have to know the material, the front, the back. You got to know the other actor lines, your lines, and everything in between. You should know. Oh, okay. He goes back in, comes back out. We did. I said, "No, we did it." And it was like, no. You go in. It has to flow. It has to be beautiful and flow. You know, not like, let me. No. You have to be sure about yourself. Before he knows, you're gonna do it. You're gonna react to whatever he says. Someone always told me, and I told him this: acting is reacting. You react to the other person. It's not about you. It's about the other person. That's acting. But sorry about that. I didn't get to. So then we go to the audition. The next day, he goes in first. He does the 2 scenes. And a few minutes later, they come out. They pull me in. We do an improv in Spanish. And then we went home. Casting directors do what casting directors do. They always tell you this: "Oh, great job, Luis. I see you. We'll be in touch." And then you go home. Everybody says this, and then they never call you. So when we left, we went home. 2 days later, they called us, we booked the job, and 2 weeks after that, we are on our way to New Mexico to film Breaking Bad. So the same thing that happened to me, brother, 7 years before, happened to him, not being an actor and being at the right place, right time. I guess being my brother, because, because I went to the audition and I said, come on. But it was the same thing. He had never acted before.
Wow. And like, you were doing it for 7 years at that point. So like, you knew what you were doing. Were you having to show your brother, like, oh, well, listen, here is like the basics to everything. Was that like a big learning experience for him?
Oh, for sure. When we went to New Mexico, brother, every scene that he did, I was in his ear. I was like, okay, this is how you do it.
This just reminds me of how me and him talk to each other.
We're brothers, by the way.
So
okay, you guys are brothers.
Yeah.
You know exactly.
If
something important like that, oh, dude, you're not gonna be. You know how it's like, okay, little brother, let me show you with a little bit of sugar on top. Let me show you how it's that. No, I was like, F this, F that, and this is how and do not F it up. Okay? You have to feel that when you're doing, you're gonna, like, if you're gonna go shoot a guy, I say, you have to feel you're gonna kill that guy, you're gonna shoot him for real, okay? And don't, no, you can say bad words. I said,
go ahead.
He said, and I said, and don't fuck it up, okay? Be fucking serious about this. Go and do it. But it was like, that brother thing, but
yeah,
we're tough like that. We were not sugarcoating things on that. No, we were not, so it was one of those things that it worked out. I think it worked out. He did good.
Yes, it definitely worked out. I mean, you guys, you didn't speak in all these first appearances till like Better Call Saul and stuff like that, but without words being spoken, the level of intensity you guys brought to the camera, and the whole, you guys were a symbol for family and loyalty, and just the fear of watching you guys on camera. I'll never forget Breaking Bad. I started watching it after it came out when I was about 13 or something, right when the show was ending. I started watching it, and I was terrified of you guys. I was like, oh my God, imagine having a shower and then there's a dude with an axe sitting on your bed. It's phenomenal. I mean, how did you approach that as an actor with the silence?
To tell you the truth, brother, it was somewhat easy for me to do it, with the exception of the scene on 307, which was the episode is called 1 Minute. Everything to me was just, so I'm very chatty with you guys right now, but in real life, like if I'm going to the gym, brother, you're gonna see me at the gym like this. This is me every day. So it's kind of easy to do that. Just now to convey the emotions, but we were emotionless the whole time up until my brother got his legs, the car, when it hit him. Up until that moment, they told me show a little bit of concern, but at the same time after, go blank again, normal, kill Hank kind of thing.
Wow.
So that was, I think, the only scene that I was like, shit, I'm going to show emotion now after this many episodes that I've been killing everybody. Every time I'm on screen, I'm killing somebody, so that was we did it, and it worked out. But yeah, it was one of those things. And we said like words that very minimal, and it was in Spanish every time we said anything. Like when we had the meeting with Hank on episode 3, I think it was called Sunset, very small. Very small. It was actually harder to say the words on that episode than the other stuff, that being, serious or saying things before, like, I'm going to kill you with my face. That's easy to say. By looking at somebody, I'm thinking I'm going to kill you, and I can show you with my eyes that I'm going to kill you. But my problem was this. I think it was in the 3rd or 4th episode when that happened, the first time I spoke on the show. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I hope my voice fits the character, because the character is now like King Kong. He's it's
like Darth Vader. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, like Terminator. So I'm thinking, imagine if I didn't want my voice to sound like this when on my first time. Hey man, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been one of those. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking, watching that scene, I was like, oh, he's gonna start speaking. This is what's gonna happen?
Like Mickey Mouse.
I was thinking the same thing. I was a little bit nervous for that one, because I'm thinking, what voice do I want to use? Like, do I want to use? You know what I was thinking? What level of want to use. I'm thinking, please don't come out like that. And you guys remember that scene? It goes, just imagine this scene, and you'll remember this scene right now. Dice, Bolsa dice que la DEA está fuera de límites. You know what I'm saying? When I'm on the show, I said it like this. Bolsa dice que la DEA está fuera de límites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was trying to.
You got to match the presence of your voice to the presence of the character. No, I remember you. Just to go back to, you were saying 307. I think that's the shootout scene. I was wondering. I was like, how is he going to react to his brother getting, how is someone that literally shows no emotion the whole season react like that? Because like it goes back to even that scene with Tio with Hector Salamanca, where I think is your character Marco that gets in the water, or I think it was
when he was a little kid. Yeah.
So like it's very similar, where it's like how they're going to react, like just to like expand, like how did you go about that? Like I know you kind of mentioned it earlier, but like
the reaction, I mean, it was the one thing. When I read it, I was cool with it. I knew how I was gonna do it, right? I was gonna do it minimal. I was gonna do it very small. But when I did it the first time, the director came back and said, "I need a little bit more," and I'm like, and she gave me a lot of. I need a little bit of emotion, but for like a second or two, not too much, but a second or two. I want a little emotion, and then back turn into rage, just the same thing, and then business as usual. Just for a minute, just not a minute. He said, the second that we're going to have the camera after you go down, camera is right there. You see your brother, you go down. He says, termínalo. And you're like a little bit emotional, and then back to business. And I was like, all right, I have a whole 3 seconds to do that. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's 3 seconds. I don't
every
even
second
think 3
counts.
seconds. Yeah. When I'm in the camera, when I show that, it's that much. So that I tried it a few times, and they used the one they used, which it was cool. I like the other one better. I don't look too concerned. But yeah, I was just nervous. I approached it a little bit nervous. I knew how I was going to do it, but then they gave me a little direction, and I did it a little tiny bit different, which was a little bit more. Yeah.
I'd love to see the other versions. I mean, what I'd be interested in too, like as somebody who's acted alongside an incredible cast. First of all, like I mean, we're talking about the shootout scene with like Dean Norris and stuff like that. But what I was interested about was that scene where Bryan Cranston, Walt is in the shower and you guys are sitting on the bed and you're holding the axe. Bryan Cranston is one of the funniest actors in the history of like movies and TV. What was he like on set? Was he always cracking people up or?
He's funny. He was funny a lot of times. Like he really is a funny guy, a very kind and humble dude too. For that scene in particular, we're filming that scene, they're sitting down on the bed with the axe, and we sat down. And the camera is right here where I'm talking to you. That's the camera that we're filming. So every time we sit down there. Now, the thing is this, we were on set and we were actually in the house, right? Yeah. So the bathroom is right in front of us. The bathroom was like right there. And Bryan Cranston, at the same time that we were filming, he was filming his piece, meaning when we cut our scene, when we finished our scene, his scene was already ready. So he was already in the shower, just waiting for us to finish our scene. And he was waiting the tidy whities. So when we were doing our scene, we sit down there, action, and we do the whole thing. We walk and we sit there. Out comes Bryan Cranston from the background over there. We're in front of us. Wearing the tidy whities, bro. And he does one of this. I can't show you, but he does one of, he started shaking his boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And what he was trying to do was make us break character. He was trying to make us laugh, because that's who he is. He's a funny guy. But bro, I'm sitting there, bro. And I'm like, and as soon as he came out, I tried to put it out of my vision. I was trying to focus on all that shit. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, this motherfucker, he's trying. And so I said, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. And I managed to keep it, business. I did not laugh, but I said, cut. And I was like, you motherfucker. It was funny, brother. So then I'm thinking that was the one time he knows that he did not succeed. Take two comes. We do the same thing. We sit down. Out comes Bryan Cranston. Now this time, he pulled him down a little bit. He thought he was gonna succeed. He did not. But he is a funny guy. Let me tell you, he's very comfortable wearing those tidy whities. Very comfortable.
You always see him in them. I swear, in Malcolm in the Middle, he's wearing them as well. Loads of different scenes. It's, oh, no,
yes, he loves it. Yeah,
no,
but it was great, brother. He was really good in the sense of he was really good as an actor, bro. What a professional he is. He's a funny guy. He makes you feel like, bro, you're just at home with him. It's very easy. He was directing the first episode we did. The very first episode we did of with the big explosion, you know, how we were crawling and all that. He was a director for that episode, and he was great, brother. He was great. He gave my brother tips because he knew that it was his first time acting, so he tried to make him feel very comfortable. At the same time, and also gave him some tips, you know. So imagine getting some acting tips from Bryan Cranston. How cool is that, right?
Is he different? Like, does he put the director hat on straight away? Is he not like joking around, or is he just the exact same?
No,
he's serious.
He was actually more serious, brother.
Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video, why not leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications, rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on all our socials at Love It Film. Help us grow so we can keep giving you guys interviews like this or many of the other interviews. We've interviewed people from GTA, Red Dead Redemption 2, Fallout, Dexter, you name it. More coming right here on Love It Film.
Like when it was I think when he was directing, he was more serious than when he's acting, because now he has all these things that he's in charge of. When he's acting, he's Walter White or Heisenberg, and he worries about that, and he's just focused on his character, and he's very chill. He's a professional. That dude is a ninja. You tell him start acting, and he does it like that. But directing, brother, he's worried about the lights, the camera, the scene, how we're gonna approach this. There's 1,000 things going in his head, so you can see that it's different when he's directing, bro, and not in a bad way, bro. He's still great, beautiful, sweet guy, very nice. But the wheels are turning when he's directing, brother, and like a professional though. Like you see him, and you're like, damn, that guy is good. And he's still very kind. Let me tell you, very kind when he directs to you. He's like, could you please, do that, da 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 da. Very good, yeah.
Man, I mean, like going back to your guys' opening scene with the explosion and the truck and stuff like that. That's one of the most memorable scenes in the show. It's just this epic scene. I mean, even the way it's color graded and stuff like that. It's this like interesting color. In terms of how you guys shot that with the explosion behind you and stuff like that, I assume things like that you can only do once, right?
We only did that scene once. And the reason, not because it was dangerous or anything, it was because the show on season 3, it was not a low budget show, but it was lower budget than when you say season 4, 5, and 6, after it already won multiple Emmys. At the time that we came on the show in season 3, they had not won an Emmy. The first Emmy Bryan won was on season 3, 4, and 5. So, you know, once you win an Emmy and multiple Emmys for the show, for best show, best actor, you're going to get a little more money, right?
Yeah.
But not yet. So when we were there for the truck scene, they only had one truck, one set of explosives. So we had it in one take. And remember, Bryan is directing, and he comes to us, and now he was concerned for this one. He was like, Luis, Danny, you know, we only have one truck, one set of explosives. We need to get this right in one take, guys. You know, so, you know, if you guys do this or that, you know, we're fucked. We're fucked. He said, we got to get it in one take, you know. And he said, and I need you guys to please, you know, walk like it's a Saturday morning. Walk at the park. You're walking the park right now. No concern. Explosion goes off, and you're just walking in the park like it's beautiful. Just you know, that was what he would say. He said the park thing a couple of times. So I said, okay, got it. He said, try not to flinch. Try not to react to the explosion. And we were like, yeah, no problem. But no problem. The only thing that they didn't tell us is how big the explosion was going to be.
Yeah.
And it's a funny story because when we started the explosion, brother, we're standing there. I'm like 2 steps behind my brother. I'm here, and my brother's like right here, right? Now, there's 100 people prepping this. Okay, the truck is behind us. There's 100 people prepping makeup, everything, the set, everything, and then we start getting ready to film. So now everybody jumps in a car, like a van, and starts driving away, bro. And they drive so far away that they look like that small. And I see everybody so far away over there, bro. And I'm like, holy crap, why do they need to be so far away for this? I'm thinking they're being a little dramatic, right? I don't know, problem. I didn't say nothing. I'm cool. When I got worried was when there is no one there. And there was a radio, like a walkie-talkie, to cue us to say action so we can hear it, right? Because they were so far away. They left the radio about 6 feet away from me, and the radio had bulletproof glass protecting it, okay? The camera, the main camera was in front of us. It was like, I don't know, 10 feet away from us. If the camera had bulletproof glass. And I'm thinking, wait, the radio has bulletproof glass protecting it. The camera has bulletproof glass protecting it. We don't have anything. And when I realized this, bro, you know how you have a moment that you go like this, bro? You're like, radio, camera, people all the way over there. And I'm thinking of this shit. And I'm thinking, how big is this going to be? Action! And we start walking. It didn't even give me time to, hey, guys, can I ask you guys something? How big is this going to be? I didn't have time to ask it. So action. And we start walking, bro. And when we start walking, a few seconds later, kaboom! And it felt hot. And it got really dark. If like the shadow on the ground, it got dark. And I'm like, and I kept walking, dude. And I kept walking. And I didn't, if you go back and see that scene, now you're gonna see the tire with the rim of the car, of the truck, it falls from the sky in the background. Boom, that was a real tire, guys. Everything they did was real, no CGI, nothing. Wow. They put, I think, 9 body parts. You know those dummies they use for crashing?
Yeah.
Similar to those. They weigh 120 pounds, I believe. They put the dummies in there, so, you know, in case a body fell down, they wanted to be real. So they wanted to see the realistic fall, the drop and everything. You see body parts in the background falling. Those were body parts from those dummies. The tire and pieces of the truck were falling. So now that I think about it, I say, man, good thing that tire did not land on my head because I'll be dead. At the same time, for my brother, remember, my brother's first scene or second scene that we did, I told my brother this. When Bryan said, guys, please, you know, one truck, one scene, one take. So my way to convey that to my brother was this. Look, that truck is there. It's going to explode, okay? Yeah, it's going to explode. If you catch on fire, okay, your shirt is going to catch on fire a little bit. Do not fucking look. Do not do anything. Just keep walking, okay? Don't worry about it. As soon as they cut, the doctor is going to treat it, so don't move. And he's, okay, if you happen to catch on fire like a lot and you start feeling it, try to walk as much as you can. And then if you really catch on fire, roll on the ground. And I said, there is a firefighters over there. They'll put you out. Just roll on the ground. You'll be all right, okay? Don't fuck it up. That's what I said. Keep walking no matter what. That was my guidance for him on that one.
To stay nonchalant. To stay nonchalant during a scene like that is incredible. Like, and it's funny you say that, like, obviously you got everything is pretty much almost practical with the dummies and stuff like that. I guess it's just how like and as well, I think RJ said to us, you guys are one of the last shows to properly, well, not to say that they might not today, but like to shoot on film as well. That's just like, I suppose it's just how Breaking Bad just feels so real and grounded. Not like obviously that, you know, you're gonna go out and become a drug dealer or whatever, but even stuff like that where it's like an explosion, you know, and it's a big gunfight, it feels so real, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you guys are acting nonchalant. What was it like, particularly with, you know, Giancarlo Esposito? He's, like, I'm pronouncing his name wrong.
It's Giancarlo, isn't it?
Giancarlo, yeah.
Irish again, we pronounce everything wrong.
He is such
you Irish.
Damn the
you guys
Irish.
make it sound cool though. You guys make it sound cool. Sorry, bro.
He is such intensity in his scenes. Like, what was it like filming with him? Like, were you guys, because you guys kind of bounce off each other in scenes, or like, yeah, because like even that scene, his last scene in the show, you know, where he's coming out and he literally walks out with half of his face melted off, and it's just such like the direction from I think like an he was saying in an interview, it's just incredible. Like, what was it like? Yeah, working with Giancarlo.
It was really good, brother. Giancarlo, when we the first time we met, he was a very sweet guy, brother. And he was just very chill. He was like Brian, but Giancarlo's a little more serious in the sense of as an actor. He's a little more into his character. Very still kind, very normal, but he is more into the character. He's a little more serious, let's say, right? So it could be intimidating, but we talked to him before. We talked. It was more relaxed for us was because if I don't know if you guys know that Giancarlo does not speak Spanish, right?
Okay.
So he does not. So he had a lot of Spanish dialogue. And what kind of like broke the ice that got us a little bit closer was that we speak Spanish. So every time he needed to, like right before the scene, he would say, "Hey, Luis, how do I say this? Can you say it one time?" And I say, and I would say it. Repeat that, repeat that. So we had a lot of those moments before scenes, helping him out. So then by the time it came to film, we were closer now. We were more chill. We were more we were becoming friendly now, And so it was kind of chill to do it in that sense. Now, what was really cool was to see him do it because we're in front of him. So to see an actor with the intensity that he did things, I was like, holy crap, this guy is good. It was great. So it's almost like an acting class, you know what I'm saying, for free. Because you get to see this guy. Remember, and my mind, I kept this. He does not speak Spanish, and he's delivering lines, reacting to what he's delivering to us. When he doesn't really know where he's saying what. But I mean, he knew, but it's not the same when you don't speak a language, you say it, and he was doing great. His body language for whatever time that he was delivering certain things that were higher than others, it was great, brother. It was amazing to see, brother. It was great to see and to hang out with him, brother. You learn from people like that. You learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really do. And I mean, as we said already, those scenes, they're so compelling to watch because you believe them. And of course, that comes down to like you guys' great performances, but also the writing, like Vince Gilligan, that showrunner. I mean, what a genius. What was it like working with Vince? Like when you started on the show, did he give you an insight to Marco Salamanca's background and why he does what he does?
Yeah, he did. I remember when I got hired for the show, we got to New Mexico. We talked to him, and this is what he said about our. Oh, okay. So if you guys don't know, I'm gonna give you something that I don't think you guys know. When we had the audition for our characters, think of this: to have an audition, how are you going to audition us when we did not have lines? We had like one word here, maybe one little line in like 2 episodes later. So there was not a lot of material to have a full audition.
Yeah.
You know what we auditioned? They gave us the scene where Gus meets Walter for the first time at Pollos Hermanos. You know how when Gus tells Walter, "Oh, you're working with the junkie." That was the scene that we auditioned. So in my mind, when I'm auditioning, brother, I'm thinking I'm gonna be Gus Fring. The whole time I was thinking, but they changed the name. It didn't say Gus. It said Alberto or something like that.
Yeah.
But for material to see if you can act, right? So when we got the job and I get to New Mexico, I'm thinking I'm going to have all these lines and all this thing, and they haven't given me the script. And so when I get to New Mexico, brother, we talked to Vince, and Vince is like, "No, Luis, that's that." And he explained to me, "Your character is this guy." He said, "You guys don't talk. You're going to talk that much, maybe a word here, a word there, because this is going to be everything." Okay. I said, "Oh, okay." So he said, "Look, you're going to be King Kong. You're gonna come on screen and people are gonna be like, oh my God, something bad is gonna happen. King Kong got nothing on you. You're gonna be a Terminator and you're not gonna say anything." And I was like, "Come again? You want me to do all that? And I'm not gonna say anything?" He said, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, yes, sir, got it." But in my mind, I'm thinking something else, brother. In my mind, I'm thinking, maybe he's a little crazy, but he was that. Good thing I didn't say it because Vince is a sweet guy, brother. When I saw the final product, I'm thinking, God damn, this dude is freaking good. He is freaking good. Because I initially I didn't see that. I was like, wait, how are we gonna do all that? How are we gonna convey this? And it worked, brother. It worked. Now working with him, brother, working with Vince is I don't even how I said Brian is great, Giancarlo's great, RJ, it's a very sweet kid. I love RJ, brother. Vince Gilligan it's nicer than all of them. Like, he is the sweetest. I'm not trying, they're all nice, but what I'm saying is he is even sweeter. He's what a guy, bro. Like, to direct, let's say Bryan Cranston would direct like this. He will be serious director. He'll be like, Luis, Danny, I need you guys to do this, like that, like that. Vince Gilligan would come and approach you very like he doesn't even want to bother you. I am so sorry, Luis. Is there any way you can do this like this for me, please? It'll be great. It's gonna look amazing. Like, he's so freaking nice, brother. I love that guy. He is so sweet, brother. Like, you wouldn't believe the person he is outside of being the genius that you think he would be, like a very serious mind that is just 100. No, bro, the sweetest person in the world, that man.
That's like,
you have,
that's a shock.
bro,
because
he makes you, yes, he makes you feel like, bro, nothing could go wrong. Yeah.
For a show that's intense as this is, you would think it literally would be full, like you were saying with Bryan Cranston, full serious, head on all the time. What was it like then when you were asked then back in for Better Call Saul? And that must have been like, yes, right away, I'm going.
But the one thing that when they announced Better Call Saul, how when it comes on all the news and all that stuff, the things, they announced it, and I'm like, shit. I see, please don't fuck it up. In my mind, I'm thinking, because, every time they make a prequel or a sequel of a show that is as big as successful as Breaking Bad, they mess it up every time, right? And I'm thinking, shit, there goes the Breaking Bad, the whole, thing that we had. And then I thought, I said, nah, but it's Vince. Vince wouldn't do that. But then, everybody else thought the same thing. We're going to be successful. And so I was nervous. And then they called me, right, to come in. And when they called me, brother, I came on the second season. I did not work the first season. So when I saw the show the first season, I'm thinking, okay, he did great. It's Vince Gilligan. Of course he's going to do good. So I knew the show was good now. The show was like Breaking Bad, bro. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the man. He's going to do it twice now. And I wasn't sure that we're going to call me. See, they did not approach us when they did the show. Nothing. They were very secretive. So when they called me for Better Call Saul season 2, brother, I was over the moon, brother. I was like, I can't believe, bro, this is a blessing, dude. I'm not going to only be part of the greatest show ever. I'm going to work on the second one, which probably is going to end up being the second too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, wow, what a gift. I was so excited, brother. So excited. And I got there, and it was like family, brother. We were friends. I stayed in contact with a lot of the people from set, being some of the actors, as well as some of the producers, the writers, people working the cameras. Like, I have so many friends there, bro. So when I got to the set for Better Call Saul, it was like going to visit friends.
So I imagine stepping back into those shoes it wasn't too challenging, or was it like, brother.
Not at all. It was. I was so excited. I'm gonna tell you. It sounds cheesy, bro, but I'm gonna tell you this. It's weird when you put the suit and the boots on, because it makes you feel different. In the sense of, how can I say? Clark Kent and Superman.
Yeah.
You gave me. When I don't have the suit on, I feel like Clark Kent. When I have the suit on, I feel like Superman, brother. So it was exciting for me to step into that, and now knowing how the character looks on screen now, what the vision was, to see the final product, and now to go back to it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was excited, brother. The only thing that did not excite me was put the boots on, in the sense they're very uncomfortable, brother.
Yeah, they look uncomfortable. I was going to ask you.
Gary, they're so...
And Albuquerque is hot as well. Oh, no way!
Yeah, dude, look at how thin they are.
Oh my God, you have the real boots.
Yes.
Man, they look so narrow that they gotta hurt.
Yes. You know what I say, brother? So I take the boots, I have them at home, but I do use them for like cons or special cons that I'm going to go maybe a couple hours, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. And I tell everybody this, you guys have to respect women now. Women with high heels, because it sucks. It hurts. Respect to women wearing high heels. We respect you.
I think it was my girlfriend said to me, every man should have to wear high heels at least once, like in their life, for one night,
Or Marco Salamanca boots. We can meet in the middle there, and we wear that for a week.
Yes, you're gonna feel the pain, brother. Trust me. You gotta get props now. So when she tells you that, you say, Yes, honey. Yes, baby. Yes. You're the man. You're the man. You're the man. And then rub her feet after you go on a date.
Right. How does it feel, you know, like, as we were saying, like when Breaking Bad was being made, when you guys came in season 3, you know, like it wasn't the global phenomenon, best show ever that it is now. Now, as I mentioned before the interview, it's bigger than it's ever been. I mean, us, like, we watched it years ago, but we watched it like 5 times over and over again. And now you have, as we said, if you got the number, if we could see how many people have streamed that worldwide, you'd probably be, you would never guess how high it is. How does that feel for you as somebody who just did a job, put your heart and soul into it, did your best, and now you're still to this day getting, like, say, us trying to interview you, to ask you all the questions about it, and all these fans at the Comic Cons? Like, how does that feel?
Brother, blessed and lucky. Because like you said, brother, Breaking Bad is now bigger than it was before. Even when it aired on season 3, it was not what it is today. I think what did it for the show, for the growth that it had, was Netflix. Now people binge. It's like they recommended the number 1. You go on IMDb as the number 1 rated show. So more people have watched it now than back when it aired. So the funny thing, I feel blessed, brother, that happened. And sometimes I'm like, man, I am so lucky that I was part of that. You know, and I get more people recognize me now more than back then. Like the number 1 place, brother, is the gym. For me, is the gym. Brother, I go to the gym and it's like, how, but remember, at the gym, I am
You have the
like
face.
Marco. Yeah, when I'm outside with my wife, yeah, I'm serious. And some people say, hey, you're the guy. But at the gym, I am him because I am me. And I'm at the gym like this. And I have that face, and people put that, I know that guy. I know that guy. You know, so it's really hard for me, brother, at the gym. You know how many times, brother, somebody looks at me and I'm doing my job and I think, what the fuck, you know, what's he looking at? You know, like in my mind, I'm thinking that, but what the fuck are you, you know, because the gym could be weird place. Sometimes at the gym, there's a lot of a-holes, you know, so I'm like, and then I'm thinking, nah, dude, maybe he watched the show. I said, nah, maybe he's being an asshole. So I don't know how to do it. So you know what I do now? I got this down. I don't look at people in the eyes at the gym. I look down. And when I'm doing something, I'm looking like here, belly area, or the ground. When I walk, I'm looking at the ground, waiting for somebody. If somebody approach me, then, hey, how you doing? Let's take a picture. No problem at all. But yeah, that's how I do it. But what a blessing, dude, to have that now grow more than when we first did it. It's backwards. You know, when you work on shows and it's hot, you get all the momentum and everybody recognizes you because the show came out and da. This one is backwards, brother. I think we're getting more attention now than we did before. Yeah. In a weird way, you know, not on the Emmys and all that. No, from people, I want to say, because more people watch it. There's still new people. There's people right now that are, I went to a con last weekend and they're like, oh my God, I'm in season 3, but you're about to, oh my God, this happened and this happened. They just started watching it right now. So many people told me that. I just finished watching When You Die, bro. I'm like, nice.
Yeah. It's very much, it's a show that's, I feel like it's not ageless. Like, it wasn't made in, you know, like some shows are made during a certain time and it's like, oh, that's a very 2000s show. Like, it's a crime cop show. It's kind of the jokes, the humor, but Breaking Bad, yeah, it's ageless and it's so accessible now, as we were saying, with Netflix and all that. One question, though, for yourself is, all these people have watched it. Have you watched both shows, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, and do you have a favorite? Because I know some actors don't like watching themselves on, you know, just for a controversial take. If you
like that, oh my gosh, you're gonna put me in that spotlight. You know who I am? I am the cartel. You do not put me in the spot, young man. No, you're funny, brother.
This is not even like, oh, scoop. This is just genuine curiosity because it is a very debated thing online. Like, there is a huge, like, I always thought, oh no, Breaking Bad, like, nothing can top it, but Better Call Saul.
Absolutely. Yeah, like, you know, I ask the same question to people at cons, or people when I do things. I ask the same people, brother. Like, I ask people, what do you like better, this one, this one? And I found out, for me, it's a 50-50 thing. Some people think that Breaking Bad is Breaking Bad and nothing can top it. And some people say, nah, you know, Better Call Saul was better this or better that. So the people are in a 50-50 for me. For me now, brother, Breaking Bad is Breaking Bad. And I would say Breaking Bad will be my number 1 with the very close Better Call Saul number 2. At the same time, the ending of Better Call Saul more than Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was beautiful. Nothing wrong with that ending. I love the ending of Better Call Saul. You know, Kim, the prison thing, how he loved her so much that he could have gotten 7 years, but he did not. He got so much more time, 70 years, because he saved her. He loved her, bro. And to me, I was like, I was like right there. You know? And then the prison scene and the whole thing. Like, I love that, dude. I love that. Now, so there, Breaking Bad first for me, Better Call Saul second, but the ending of Better Call Saul is, for me, is it. Working on the show, I love working on Better Call Saul more than Breaking Bad. Not that nothing wrong with Breaking Bad. The reason why, I was already friends with everybody. Yeah. By the time I went to Breaking Bad, brother, I thought we just took a break. That's how it felt to me. I took a break and I went back to visit my friends that were already my friends and we were close. So it was like going to see family, brother. Plus the years that the Breaking Bad era in New Mexico, I have to tell you guys this. Breaking Bad in New Mexico and Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's loved. It's like a religion, brother. They love Breaking Bad. They have tours, businesses, and the people love us, like the characters, bro. Like, I became friends with so many people in New Mexico. I go to New Mexico, brother, and it's like a whole bunch. Hey, hi, how you doing? So everybody, bro, sweet, beautiful people, brother. So nice that they hire us to do a commercial. The state of New Mexico, the governor, hire us to do a commercial for them last July.
Wow. I think I've seen this actually.
Yeah. So check out the commercial. It's a commercial, and we did it wearing the suits, like everything, like the cousins, like the thing, wearing the suits, the boots, and the axe. We did a commercial for New Mexico last July. And it already aired. It's already out. And the cool thing about this is that Vince Gilligan directed the episode, brother. So I'm like, dude, what like, the tree that keeps giving, brother. It gave me Breaking Bad. It gave me Better Call Saul. This other thing that I do with Vince is like, dude, the blessing that it's insane to me. Plus everything else that Breaking Bad has opened for us, but it's just so beautiful, brother. I'm lucky. Blessed.
It's incredible, and like you mentioned Albuquerque too. Like even Charles Baker, who we had on the other week, like he was saying, you go into some of the stores, they sell like rock candy versions of the crystal meth from the show. Like, what the hell? You know?
No, you know, the one that was funny to me was I went to where they sell the donuts.
Yeah.
And the donuts had sprinkles, and it was called something not meth, but I think it was something. The blue stuff, whatever blue, but it had sprinkles of blue stuff, and it was a blue donut, and it had blue little things that look like the rock candy, the meth, for Breaking Bad, and it had a name. It was called the Heisenberg. Yes.
We have a cocktail here that's called the Heisenberg in Ireland. There's a bar that has a Breaking Bad kind of themed menu.
They do. Yeah. I went to Ireland in 2019, I think, for a Comic-Con. What a beautiful place, brother.
Oh, wow, nice. Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. Yeah.
Breaking Bad is huge over here. I'm sure you know from the con. Like, I mean, you talk to anyone, what's your favorite shows? Like, Breaking Bad, hands down. You know.
Yeah, it's very big in Europe. You know, and you know the sad thing. I do a lot of cons here in the U.S., but it is so hard to go do cons in Europe. I want to go again. I want to go back to Ireland. I want to go to the UK, Germany. It is so big, you know. And I want to just go talk to the people because, you know, now that I got to tell you this. They put me in a video game, almost as the character of Breaking Bad. I'm wearing a suit, I'm wearing the boots, and I have an axe. I don't even know I don't even have it here. The thing, but so they put me in this video game, and it got me to do streaming. You know, so I'm streaming. Yeah. And, you know, you stream on Twitch and do the thing, brother. And this is when it opens up to me how many people from other countries love this show. Because when I'm streaming, brother, I see somebody that's from Ireland, Wales, Africa, the UK, Asia. And you're like, dude, this is crazy. It's bigger than I thought it was. The biggest, crazy, and I'm talking crazy in a good way, crazy fans, Brazil. Brother. Dude, it is. These guys tell me, no, I don't think you understand, brother. Your character in Brazil, people love that guy. Like it's Brazil. He said, we love Breaking Bad. Is a phenomenon here in Brazil. It's like a religion in Brazil. He said, but the characters that you know, I was like, really? He said, yes. And I found that out too when I streamed. A lot of people from Brazil, brother. He said, Viva Bon Cara, Bon Dia. And I was like, well, it is true. And they're beautiful people, brother. But yeah, what a blessing, brother. What
Dude,
a
I
blessing.
gotta find out what this game is as well. They're doing that a lot now with the tie-ins. I think they're doing it for the boys. They had them in like Call of Duty or something like that, and then Stranger Things. Dude, gotta find.
The game that I'm in is called Scum. Can I say that? Oh, sorry.
No, you can.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well-
It's called Scum. It's an open world survival game. And get this. So I'm in it, right? And I wear the suits, the boots, and the axe. I have the axe. Tuco Salamanca is part of it too. So Tuco Tuco's in it, brother. And Danny Trejo is in the game.
Oh,
You know Danny Trejo? He's in
yeah.
the game as well. So it's a very cool game, brother. That's how I started doing the streaming thing, but it's really cool.
That's insane. Like, I'm always curious too. Like, where do these props go? Like, Charlie was saying that he didn't get to keep his Skinny Pete hat, and he eventually got it in the Breaking Bad movie El Camino. What happened to the axe? Do you know what happened to it? I mean, did you take it?
No, I have one that Vince gave me, but I have two axes, right? I have two. So I have this one.
Wow.
This one, I got this one later after Better Call Saul, and I have some pictures, because he autographed this axe. So this is the one he gave me, but I have another one that a fan gave us in 2016 or 15, I think, in New Mexico. He gave us it was a real axe. But at the same time, what we did is this. Before we worked on Saul, I didn't have anything, right? So when they sent me the contract for Saul, me being me, I was like, I started negotiating for the boots and the axe and the suits. So I was in contact with them, and I say, okay, all I want is the boots. I want one suit, and I need my axe. And for my brother, it was the same. He wanted the boots and a suit, right? And I did all my stuff. He said it was my axe. It was like the trademark I had. I killed everybody with the axe. I didn't shoot it. I killed most people with the axe. Even the scene with Hank was the axe. It was very big, right? So they were like, I sent my message that I wanted the stuff, and they very quickly came back and said, oh, we can do it. I was like, okay. Well, because I was really nice, I said, no. I said, I need the boots. Is there any way I can talk to Vince or somebody else? Like, I need to talk to somebody that can give me the axe. And they said, no, it's Sony has all that stuff. They have the archives of everything. And now Sony, I was in good relations with the people from AMC, with everybody from the Breaking Bad crew, but Sony is a different animal. So they wouldn't release that stuff, brother. And so then I talked to one of the producers. She's the executive producer. When I say, hey, can I talk to somebody that could do something? Like, in a good way. I was very polite, never mean, but I said, is there any way I can talk to someone? So they're like, yeah. And I'm friends with the executive producer, brother. And they wouldn't pass me on to the other producer. Then I talked to Melissa Bernstein. Melissa Bernstein is my friend. Brother, I trained Melissa Bernstein in boxing and Muay Thai. So I competed in boxing and Muay Thai a long time ago. And then I became a coach, and she knew that. So she would like to train and hit and do some workouts. And so I talked to her. I said, Melissa, I really don't like to, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm going back on Saul. Is there any way that I can get the boots? Please. I mean, it's been years. I've known you. You're my friend. And the show means so much to me. I mean, like, it really means a lot. It's changed my life. It's done so many things for me. I'm very grateful. And I mean, I just want to have the boots. I want to have them at home. And she said, let me see what I could do. 2 weeks later, brother, she said, I got you the boots. And I was like, really? And she said, get this. And I got you more. I got you some of the suits. I wanted one suit. They gave me more. He said, I got you some suits. I got you the shirts. And we're going to talk to Vince about the axe, okay? The axe, there's a few axes. There is a few axes that we had on set, but he said, well, I want one a prop that was there, something that was there, but do you know that Vince can give me anything? I don't even care if it's the one. No, the one Dean Norris has. The one that I hit him, the one that got on the ground, he has that one. But there was two of those. There was two. So it was not just one. No, actually, there's always kind of three of everything, but the other one kind of got messed up, so I don't know how many there are. So he has that one, and me, I told him, I just want one of the whatever acts that we had that we use for anything, even for a rehearsal. I don't care. I just want to have one act, and I want Vince, if he can, to sign it for me. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah. So then I got this one, later, after Better Call Saul, when we got the suits, I got that
Beautiful.
one,
Yeah.
and it's a real axe. It weighs like,
Oh my
dude, it weighs,
God.
it's heavy, bro. It's the real deal.
You deserve that though. You deserve those items. You know, like you are that character. You know, like you made that character. It's. I mean, even talking to you today, we can tell how much you care
Yeah.
about that show, and you care about the fans, and you care about you know, like you can just hear it in the way you're talking. So it's amazing that you get to have that. You know, those things.
Yeah, brother. I was when I got it, brother. I was so happy, brother. And now, like you said, brother. So without the fans, you wouldn't be who you are in the sense of the fans are everything, brother. You know. So what I do now, because now I have the items for me. I have them. I am so thankful I have them. So what I do now, the suits they gave me,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
real suits, and the boots. I bring them to every con. And I tell the people, no, this is actually, and I show them the pictures of whatever, because I have a bunch of pictures, right, on the set that you have to sign and you give it to them.
Yeah.
And so I said, so this suit is that suit that I wore on that one, and then when I come out of my table, I say, and look, and I have those, and then they see the boots, and they're like, oh, you have the boots, So it's amazing, brother. I get to share with people
Yeah.
something that was on the show, and I'm still wearing it in character. I'd say, why do you do that? And I'd say, because I want people to get the best experience ever when I go to those things. Because why? Because you guys have been amazing to me. You guys have been so freaking amazing to me. To think that my character, brother, and you guys know this, my character on Breaking Bad was short-lived. He was not in there for all seasons. My character was there for one season, and it was very memorable. The thing with that is that it was so memorable, and people love the character. There was everything to me. They were so kind, so nice, brother. They welcome me into that Breaking Bad thing. Like the hardcore, the fans and everybody, bro.
Yeah.
They welcome me in like that, and on social media, but you see what kind of love they have for you. And to me, that means a lot, brother, because I could have just been a character that was on Breaking Bad and he's gone and bye, get out of here. Nah, brother, they keep him alive. I have so many things, brother, that people have sent me, like little things like that. Look, I have so many little figurines.
Man, you're an action figure. That's cool.
Dude, I have so many of these things, brother, that people send me, brother. I have like right now, I have 3 more on the table right now that I kind of want to do a thank you something, a video or something, because it's beautiful that they do that for me. I'm like, why would they do that for me? It touches your heart.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful.
I mean, we're those fans too. I mean, we
Yeah,
were so
100%.
excited when you agreed to come onto our podcast because we're such a fan of yours. Like Breaking Bad, it's one of our favorite shows of all time. So the fact to be sitting here with an actor who had one of the most memorable roles in the entire show, and then Better Call Saul, has meant so much to us.
Yeah,
So Luis,
yeah,
thank you
thanks so
so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, brother, and keep doing what you're doing, brother. You guys make amazing content, brother. Amazing.
Sure. We've been seeing your streams as well. We've been looking at yours. Likewise.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to promote? Any cons coming up, or
for the viewers watching?
I did work on a movie recently a few months ago called Land of Wolves, coming out this year, and I also did another I think called The Flying Felon that I did with the director of that show. That is something different. And as well, the video game Scum, because they have been great to me as well. The open world survival game that you guys can play. It's a PC game.
Cool.
And I'm in it as a DLC.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo's in it, and Marco Salamanca is in it. But I have to make this clear. If you play the game Scum, you play with me.
all right? Love a film live stream.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Love a gaming. All right.
Luis,
thank
thank
you
you
so much for
so
coming on,
much,
man.
brother.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
My pleasure, brother. Anything you guys need, now you guys can tell people this. You guys are friends of the cartel.
Love it, man. All right.
You're amazing, man. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, my brothers. See ya.
Yeah.